Caddis Maximus here, this time with a quick review of the Harbor Freight 5-piece loop set. I was actually looking around on their website, and these had like an amazing number of very high quality reviews. And they're amazingly cheap. They're like standard price $3.75, always on sale for $3, so they're just amazingly cheap for a 5-piece set. Item number 98722. I actually have some higher quality ones, but I wanted to take a look at these Harbor Freights because they advertise genuine glass lenses. It's a 5-piece set with 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, and 10 times eye loops. These are just simple magnifying glasses, and they're kind of oddly shaped with this little ring. They're about 1 1/4 inches in diameter here, and that's actually designed for you to put into your eye socket, and then you kind of squint down, kind of like this on it, and get it to hold in your eye. I don't usually use them quite like that because it's just annoying, but you can use them like that, and that's just all they are. They're really common in like machine shops, and of course jewelsmiths, jewelry makers have these. Usually they're much higher quality ones, and that's what I generally recommend is the higher quality ones. You know, these are just made out of just real, I mean, these things are $3 for a set of 5, so it's amazing they even have glass lenses. That just means when they get dirty, you can clean them without them just becoming all cloudy and scratched immediately. They're very cheaply made, so they don't even like they grind them and they give the lenses a rinse, so you pretty much do need to clean these right out of the box. You know, of course, being brittle plastic, they're not made the best. There's one of these here, this one, where they put in the lens and then they glue a little ring in the bottom, and so the lens shakes around a little bit. But, you know, it seems that everybody loves them because they actually do work. They do have varying levels of magnification. I can show that here. Let me try to demonstrate that. It's a little weird through the camera. We'll get it in fixed focus, but what we have here is like, here's like the 10 times. And when you put it in, you get, you know, a nice little magnifying glass. And then, of course, if we go down to the 2 times, obviously a lot less magnification. I pretty much just use these with the maximum, the 10 times magnification. And then, of course, Harbor Freight, or not Harbor Freight, but you can order online varying levels. They make these up to 20 times and even further. So these things are really cheaply made, but they are kind of a handy little set of magnifying glasses, eye loops. And I find I use them a lot. You know, there's all these little chargers and all sorts of stuff nowadays where they just put this microscopic printing, and it's just impossible to see. Or when you're working with things like this, you know, where you have a bunch of small holes, they are pretty nice and handy for those types of situations, just because they're small and convenient. What I also found amusing is each one of these actually comes individually wrapped in the package, but since they didn't clean the lenses, it's kind of funny because they wrapped a dirty product. But what do you expect? These have been like a staple Harbor Freight item for years and years, and they've pretty much been around the same price for all those years, and of course the same quality. It might be nice if they would finally upgrade this product on the shelf. But that's always been the nice thing about Harbor Freight is they have things like this which are really quite handy in the shop for so many things, checking the edge on something you just sharpened, just a variety of uses. And it's been nice that store has had so many different items. And that truly is kind of one of the aspects to their success, is just the fact that it isn't just tools or too narrow. It's like a hardware store and tool store at the same time. They just have a lot more variety. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick review of these little eye loops. I had seen all the positive reviews and wanted to actually look for myself on what it was about. And I think mainly these are cheap, but once again, glass lenses that can be cleaned. Another aspect I was going to point out is mine didn't end up painted. They did stamp, but they did not paint the numbers on them. I should mention that. But, you know, you kind of have to pick and choose your battles, but for how much these things cost, I think they're just fine. But I wanted to put my kind of 2 cents out there on these loops because I was just amazed on all the awesome reviews that these had. I think if Harbor Freight was even charging as much as $5 for these items, those average reviews would start diving because, I mean, these things really are cheaply made. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Until next time, Caddis Maximus out.